Mister, mister, I'm on it. Bet your house and I'll call it. Yeah, yeah. Feels like a tea-girl. Feels like the lowest blow. Yeah, yeah. And under the neon lights, I think we might get married in Vegas. That's right, come on. Pushing 106 down PCH. I drink it down, the aftertaste tastes like heartbreak of mistakes. I can't wait to walk along that starry strip. I feel it all, it feels like bliss. And I show my hand, they look like this. Mister, mister, I'm on it. Bet your house and I'll call it. Feels like a tea-girl. Feels like the lowest blow. Yeah, yeah. Under the neon lights, I think we might get married in Vegas. For better or for worse, I'll be riding high. Even if it's just tonight or the rest of my life. So come on, do your worst. I'll be here all night. Cash out, cards down, I'll roll the dice.
All these things that I've done, Sin City under the sun.
Come on,
I can't win and I won't. I'll leave
put you sitting shotgun. All these things that I've done.
Sin City under the sun.
Here we go, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Yeah.